Please sit down.
And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. And when you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. A snippet from The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Jai Hind, Namaste, and a very good afternoon to Mr. Mike Riggs, Mr. Rev Ferrell, Mr. Shashikant Gangar, founder, president, and trustee of IIEM, Colonel Vinod Marva, our MD, Dr. Jay Singh, our Dean, Dr. Poonam Nikal, Director Administration, Colonel Ravindra Kumar, our special guests, faculty members, and all the students of IIEM. I, Andrea D'Souza, MC for today, accord you a very warm and cordial welcome. Before we advance into the day, I request you all to kindly rise for the national anthem of the United States of America, followed by the national anthem of India. I request you all to please be seated. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our guests for today. First, I would like to introduce Mr. Mike Ricks. Sir, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, sir.
Oh, yes, you have permission. I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mike Ricks is currently serving as the president of Water Solutions Unlimited Incorporated. With an extensive 15-year tenure in the field of water treatment, Mr. Ricks has amassed a wealth of experience and expertise in the chemical and related industries. Sir holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics from Wabash College. Welcome to IIBM, sir. I would now like to request our MD, Dr. Jai Singh, to felicitate Mr. Mike Ricks. It's my honor to now introduce Mr. Ferrell. Sir, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, sir. With an illustrious career spanning half a century in chemical industries and international trade, Mr. Ferrell boasts unparalleled expertise and insights. Currently, he serves as a director and consultant at Water Solutions Unlimited Incorporated. Sir holds a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry from the University of Miami, Coral Gables. I accord a warm welcome to you, sir. I now request our Dean, Dr. Poonam Nikam, to felicitate Mr. Ferrell. Lastly, it's my honor to introduce Mr. Shashikant Gangar. Sir, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, sir. Mr. Shashikant Gangar is a seasoned professional with a BSc in chemistry from Mithai College, Mumbai University. As the director of Flybox Chem India Private Limited, he is globally connected to potassium permanganate manufacturers. Serving as an FDA-approved chemist, he boasts an impressive 35-year career in chemicals and API marketing, alongside 20 years in potassium permanganate manufacturing. The success mantra is Lage Raho Munna Bhai unless you achieve it. Welcome to our campus, sir. I now request Colonel Ravindra Kumar to felicitate Mr. Shashikant Gangar. Without any further ado, I would now like to request Mr. Mike Riggs to address the young minds present here.
Rab's gonna go.
So I would now like to call upon Mr. Rev Williams to address the young minds present here.
Hello to all the young faces in this room today. My goodness gracious. First thing I want everybody to do before I have anything to say is stand up, take a breath, say hello to your neighbor. All right? Relax. Say hello to your neighbors around you. We'll get busy with this. Okay? You may be seated. As they said, I've been in this business, this chemical industry business for a long time. I'll just leave it at that. And being in it for so long, you've seen the good, you've seen the bad, you've seen the ugly, you've seen the spirited and the not so spirited. Today, I'm here just to give you guys some pointers in this corporate environment that you guys are studying with your postgraduate degree that you're seeking. And it's not, in my mind, after 50 years, it's not that difficult. In your young minds, you're embarking on this journey that it's going to take you many places, meet many people, have many challenges, and then bring you right back to here. So my short talk today is about the corporate world and navigating that jungle, because it is that. And it is 10 great pointers that I've written down that were helpful to me through the years of doing this. And I am going to just name them first, and then after that, I'll go back and say a little bit about each, and then we'll go from there. But the 10 pointers are: your performance rating matters, influence and networking, embracing change and adaptability, master emotional intelligence, leadership beyond titles. When we're young, we often think that, oh, if I can get that title, then I'm good. We need to do better than that. Learn from the setbacks that you're going to have in your careers. Navigate your office politics. We have to learn how to do that gracefully. Continuous learning, balance ambition and patience and wellness. Taking care of yourself. The performance rating, imagine this, your performance rating as a report card. It's not just a number, it is the currency in your corporate marketplace. The corporate world can be exhilarating and it can be daunting. As you embark on the journey, your last appraisal sets the tone. So you're always giving it your best shot, no matter what you're doing, every time. And in the influence of networking, people are nice to you when you're influenced. Beware, the winds of favor can change swiftly. That colleague who stopped saying hi at the water fountain when your role shifted might reappear as your best friend. So you have to adapt, but remember authenticity. Embracing change and adaptability, which is very big in the world of corporate environment. The corporate landscape evolves rapidly. Be like bamboo, bend but don't break. Adaptability is your secret weapon. Learn new skills. Stay curious and be open to change. Those who resist often find themselves left behind. So it's an ever-evolving, your life is ever evolving in the corporate world, and you have to stay true to yourself, but you have to stay true to the environment that you're working in as well. Mastering emotional intelligence. Your IQ is certainly important, but that's not the only thing that cuts it. You have to understand the emotions of people, yours and others. Empathy, self-awareness, and effective communication are all vital. Emotional intelligence bridges gaps, builds relationships, and propels careers. Emotional intelligence. Leadership beyond what your title is that day. It isn't about your job title, it's about influence. You lead by example, you inspire others, and solve problems collaboratively. Even as a junior team member, your leadership always matters. You're learning from setbacks every day. I know I did. I still continue. I'm 72 years old and I'm still learning about things that I could have done better, should have done better. So it is, you have to consider those stepping stones. You learn from your mistakes. When projects crumble or deals fall through, analyze, team, and bounce back. Resilience is your armor against setbacks. Resilience. Navigating office politics gracefully. Always a big matter. If you're working in a big office environment, there's always going to be the political side of what's happening in your office. People with opinions that may not be the opinion that you espouse, but you have to handle these things, protect yourself. It's like a dance. You can trip up and propel you forward. Observe, build alliances, and stay true to your values. Choose your battles wisely. Continuous learning. The corporate world rewards learners. So we're always, in effect, learning every day. Same for me, still. Attend workshops, read voraciously, and seek mentors. Knowledge compounds over time, making you an invaluable asset. So you're continuing to learn. Mike and I talk about this a good bit, about what we're reading and what we're learning from what we're reading. And it is something that's important for the rest of your life. And you need to balance your ambition with patience. Ambition fuels progress, but patience steadies that ship. That is huge. Ambition fuels how progressive or how much you progress in your career, but patience steadies the ship. So you have to have both. Set ambitious goals, but understand that success takes time. So don't lose that patience. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a stellar career. And regarding wellness, that is taking care of yourself, taking care of your body and your mind. So you're setting yourself up to be successful when you sleep, when you exercise properly, and you maintain good mental health. Burnout isn't a badge of honor, rather. Some people, I've seen it happen in my life, that people think that they are burning the candle at both ends of the stick, and that the more they work, they think the harder they're working, and it's not necessarily it's about the efficiency of the time that you're using. So always remember that. And in this corporate jungle, remember you're not alone. You're seeking mentors, you're building relationships, and you're staying authentic to others and to yourself. As you climb the ladder, keep these insider lessons close. Thank you. I want your adventure to be nothing short of extraordinary. One other thing that sounded like the end, but not quite. Part of the corporate journey can be an entrepreneurial attitude. Some of us are cut out for that. Some of us don't want that. I particularly worked in the corporate world for 15 years, beginning of my career, and I found out very quickly that I needed to be my own boss. And I was willing to take that jump to do it. And just because you have a willingness doesn't mean that you're going to be successful with it. So you can't be down on yourself if the first time you tried that you're not there. Maybe somebody else has got the same spirit that you have, and they've been through it a bit, and you can kind of tag along their side, and that gets you the next step, and then the leap forward from there. But entrepreneurialism it's a thrilling journey, but sometimes your dreams collide with reality, and it's not going to work out every time, or the first time maybe. So bear that in mind. And entrepreneurialism is about passion and purpose and risk tolerance and resilience, adaptability, self-direction, no boss, no rules. You have to rule yourself. So you have to be disciplined. Self-direction, networking, collaborating with others, vision and strategy, and resourcefulness, and managing your time. And you guys are lucky today because we have a fella who has achieved incredible success just in the last 5 years of his career with that spirit of entrepreneurism. And I think Mike's going to have a great story to share with you guys. And I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I got the collar mic on because I'm a guy that doesn't sit still very easily. All right. So you're going to see me. I'm going to pace this forward a little bit. I'm probably going to talk a little bit loud. I may have you get actively involved once in a while. And we're going to get started with involvement right now. You know what excited me as I was coming into this facility? I was getting filmed, camera. That's so you guys can see that. But you know what I don't have, but I want to get? I want a picture of you all. I want a selfie. So would you all stand up and welcome everybody back in the United States of America that I'm going to show this to. So say, what did you say when we came in? There you go. Say it one more time. There we got it. All right, good deal. Well, thank you very much. You can sit down. Now, I'm going to tell you, Rev was talking about all the parts of leadership and all the things that you can do. But one of the things he mentioned there at the end was entrepreneurship. And what comes with that is energy and thoughts. And also, there's a lot of times when you're going through life. I'm talking when you're little. Should I make that leap? Should I make that jump? I'm not sure what to do. Well, what I want to do is talk to you about some of those critical points in my life when I made some of those choices and what was going through my mind and what I did and how it went out. So let me tell you this. I came from a humble background. My father, he worked in a factory. He wasn't a president. He wasn't even a manager. He was a production guy in a factory his entire life. My grandfather was a ditch digger. He literally dug ditches. That's what he did. My other grandfather was a farmer. He didn't grow crops like corn or beans. He grew grass. He was a sod farmer. That's what we did. My summer job was digging ditches, working on the farm. Now, as I was growing up and being educated, my mother was a librarian. No disrespect to my father, but any smarts I got came from my mother. But I thought I didn't want to be a ditch digger. I didn't want to be a sod farmer. I loved my grandparents, but that occupation wasn't what I wanted to do. So I was looking for ways, how can I go get educated so I could do something else? Well, one thing, believe it or not, it's hard to tell in this fat belly now. I used to be a pretty good basketball player. Okay? So as I was going through, I developed some basketball skills, and I had some choices to make on what school I would go play basketball for. I wasn't at the highest level, I was at a lower level, but my choice came down to this. I had one school that wanted me to play that was an average skill. The other school that wanted me to play had just won a national championship. And my thought was, I could go to this school, probably play more, or do I go to the school that won the national championship, challenge myself, and go? And I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge myself and be the best that I can be. So I did that. And that led me to my economics degree. And this is the time right after school. This is where you guys are, where you may be going, I got an economics degree. Well, what should I do? Well, I should probably go into banking or some kind of finance. So that's what I did, right? So the when in doubt, what do? I went the safe route. I went into banking. And I did that for a couple of years. I'm like, that's not my calling. That's not what I want to do. So I was able to send an ad into a newspaper, and I was able to get a job in pharmaceutical sales. Exciting business, right? Like you're going around, you're dressed up nice, you're talking to all the doctors and getting them to treat their patients with the good medicine and going along. And I did that for 20 years. Rose the ranks for a company called GlaxoSmithKline. You can look them up. They're one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. But after 20 years of that, that was the safe route. That's not really what my passion was. My passion was what Rev had said. I want to go be my own boss. I want to take something from little and grow it. So I was lucky enough to retire from the pharmaceutical company, and I had a friend that was the owner of Water Solutions Unlimited. His name is Nick Stanley. Small company. Our GlaxoSmithKline had 100,000 people. Water Solutions Unlimited had 15 people. But Nick was an older gentleman. He said, if you come on, you like this, you do well, I will sell you the company and you can do with it what you want. I said, I'm going to take that chance. I'm not sure where it's going to lead, but I'm going to leave safe and secure for wild and exciting and see what happens. So when I got to Water Solutions Unlimited, I'm talking to Nick. It's like, well, what products are we selling? What chemicals are we saying? What are we doing? And he had one line of chemicals that he sold. One line of chemicals. It was blended phosphate, so for corrosion in pipes. Selling to municipal water treatment. And then as we were going through that, I was like, Nick, what's the name of our company? He goes, it's Water Solutions Unlimited. I said, Nick, we're selling one product. It sure sounds like our name is Water Solutions Limited. Like that's all we're doing. Like we got to do more. We got to figure this out. So that's when the fun started. That's what the start that led me to here tonight. Because we began to diversify, right? So we started selling not just those phosphates, but now we started selling things like sodium hypochlorite, bleach, the disinfectant. All of a sudden, we started selling things like fluoride to keep cavities out of your mouth. We started selling things like coagulants to help purify the water. We also began to sell potassium and sodium permanganate, which is what led me to Rev Ferrell. Rev Ferrell was the United States leader in importing permanganate. Rev and I started working together. And as we were working together, I'll kind of give you some numbers on where this started to grow. When I joined Water Solutions Unlimited, we have about $3 million a year in sales. Okay. When I started working with Rev and we started working more closely together, we were up to about $7 million a year. And then we went from 7 million to 12 million to 23 million. The last year we did almost 50 million. And that's because we took chances and we took care of customers. And the biggest part, the thing in this entrepreneurship that really drives me, I think it drives Rev, is the idea of taking care of that customer. Let me give you an example that happened to our company. There's a city in Kentucky, okay? Richmond, Kentucky. Not a big city, maybe 20,000 people. They were working with another chemical supplier called Brentag, one of the key chemical to sell to water treatment is sodium hypochlorite or bleach. It is the disinfectant. In the United States, if you are not disinfecting your water, you have to shut the water plant down. Nobody can have it. Well, guess what happened? Things happened. They needed sodium hypochlorite. They called their supplier, Brentag, and it was late at night. It was 6, 7 o'clock at night, and they needed it because something had happened and they were going to run out before the next morning. And if they ran out the next morning, the entire town was going to be shut down. They called Brentag. Brentag said, no, it's late at night. That's too inconvenient. We're not going to do anything about it. You guys just deal with it. Tough luck. Well, it just so happened those people knew our salesman. That salesman called me. And next thing you know, by the time I got the word, it was about 8:30 at night. Richmond, Kentucky is about a 4-hour drive. I got in my pickup truck. I drove to the warehouse. I put sodium hypochlorite in the back of my truck. I drove it down. Halfway, I traded it, put it into the salesman's pickup truck. He took it down to Richmond, Kentucky. He got there at 2:30 in the morning. When he walked in, the Richmond, Kentucky water operator said, "You are my angel." We saved his job. We saved that town. And you know what else we did? On the entrepreneurial side, guess who is now selling them sodium hypochlorite for the last 3 years? It's Water Solutions Unlimited, because they knew we took care of them, right? And that's what makes me feel good, is we took care of them. We do that over and over again. And there's another example of how a company takes care of somebody. It actually came to fruition yesterday. Yesterday, while I was in India. If you don't know, our supplier of potassium and sodium permanganate that Rev got us started in is Magnesia Chemicals and Arista Chemicals, courtesy of the Colonel and others. But let me tell you how they stepped up in a similar entrepreneurial way. We had bought some potassium permanganate from them. Comes in a white pail, right? We opened the pails, put it into a process, and guess what was happening? Once in a while, not often, every once in a while, there was debris in there, right? So you had to pull it out. We would get it out, nobody hurt, but we mentioned that back. We sent the message into Sanjay and Matthews and said, hey, we're getting some of this in there. Can you look into that? Well, you know what they could have done? They could have said, oh, those guys are just complaining. It's not that big a deal. It hardly ever happens, right? They could have said that. Or they could have said, well, we'll just kind of look at it. They'll go tell their production guys, hey, be a little more careful on that. Keep an eye on it. Don't let that happen again. That's not what they did. That's not what they did. They took it seriously. They knew it was important to us, so it became important to them. So not what they did was they built a brand new building. They brought a brand new piece of machinery to sort and sift that permanganate again, so nothing would get into the final packaging. They didn't just kind of do it. They did it all the way. And we saw that yesterday. And I know I came away incredibly impressed, not with just what was set up, but the willingness to set it up, because there are partners and our teammates in growing the business. And that's how you become an entrepreneur. Is when something comes up, you don't just kind of say it or push it off to the big sky, right? You solve that problem and you go, God, I felt good about it. I haven't asked Sanjay and Matthews and Santish about this, but they're probably, they just felt good about doing it, right? Like it felt good because now we made it better. And so that's what I want to kind of put out there is don't always go the safe way, the easy way, right? Maybe not go just the way that, hope I'm not offending any parents in here, but don't just go the way your parents said to go, right? Go the way where your heart is and see where it leads you. And I think you'll be happy with where it is. And I'll leave you with this. As I'm growing up out in the country, right, working with my grandfather down in a ditch while he's digging, and I'm the guy with the shovel, kind of cleaning it up, making it good. I never would have dreamed that I'd had the opportunity to come visit India. I'm so happy I'm here. It's amazing to see the beautiful faces here. I hope someday that you all can make your way to the United States. There are more and more folks from India coming to the United States. So you're welcome. We're glad to have you. But so thank you so much. I hope I could be at least a little bit of an inspiration, help you just think about how to do things differently that helps you. And when it helps you, it helps everyone. So thank you very much. I'll let you go on your way.
I thank our guests for being here today, especially the delegates from Water Solution Unlimited, for sharing your experiences with the students. The road to success is indeed not easy, and I'm sure your advice will help them navigate the jungle that is the corporate world. But if your ambition and passion lies in being your own boss, I think you have all heard the story on how to start your entrepreneurial journey. So thank you, sir, for being here today. We hope you visit our campus again. Thank you.